Hello, and welcome back to the Watching Now podcast from Couch Soup. We are back on our Stranger Things kick. We're doing a recap of season 2, 2017's season 2. Yes, back in those days, there was only 1 year in between the seasons, don't you know?
The good old
The
days.
good old days when we didn't have to
Oh,
wait a
just the good old
full
days.
preschooler time away.
Never waiting so long.
So let me introduce you our cast once again. We have Steph
Hello again. No woohoo
and
this time.
no woohoo this time. No, you're not feeling the woohoo on season 2, Steph. No,
No, partial.
partial woohoo. Woo.
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 Hooray! Question mark?
And Michelle.
I'll be your who if you're my woo.
Okay.
Well, this is new.
Woo.
And I am Iain, and I am your host trying to wrangle these weirdos together today.
And he is
Listen, there's
wrong.
been stranger things.
We have had strange things. Yeah. It's really funny. It's just really funny. Without further ado, we should probably go into our initial thoughts. Over to me, doing a recap yet again. I still don't know how to throw to myself, guys. It's really bad. Hawkins, 1984, around about Halloween. It's been about a year since Elle and Will switch places again. Elle's gone missing. Will is back, but he's a weirdo. He's a very much a weirdo. Unbeknownst to the party, Mike, Lucas, Dustin, and new girl, Max, Elle has been back for quite a long time, being hit by Hopper in the woods. It's getting a bit afraid because Hopper's not really a great dad. He's doing his best. He's doing his best. On Halloween, Will sees a massive shadow in the sky after seeing it a couple of times before, but it's on Halloween, the main one. This is the Mind Flayer. It's still got its hooks in Will. Meanwhile, Elle, being a little petulant little brat, goes to Chicago for a jaunt to see maybe someone who was also in Hawkins' lab after going seeing her mum. Dustin finds like a baby Demogorgon slash dog, which he calls Dart. They all try and work out what is going on with Will, and he is evil, sort of. Hopper, Joyce, and Bob, oh Bob, go to Hawkins' lab to try and figure out what's going on, and the portal to the Upside Down has grown exponentially larger. We could probably do with an 11 right now. So she comes back, they save Will, and that's pretty much it. Nothing bad can possibly happen ever again, right? Right. I did it. Thanks,
did it.
Iain.
I'm
Appreciate
so
it.
confused by this.
What did you guys think of the second season of Stranger Things when it came out?
I think the anticipation after watching season one, I was like, ooh, I really want to know what happens. So I think going into it, I was really intrigued. You had Elle who was quote unquote missing or uncalled for. Will's back, so you're actually going to get to know Will, and all is going to be supposedly fine. So I think going into it, I was excited. I think the way that it panned out, there's some good things, some bad things, some unneeded things.
Mhm.
Overall, I was pleasantly surprised, but maybe not fully fulfilled.
So I like season two. I agree with you, Steph, that like the anticipation of it, because the season one was so good, it may not have lived up to what everybody thought it could do. It was good. There were definitely some unnecessary moments that we'll get into.
Mhm.
But I do have to say, again, with season one, like we discussed last week, had the wall in Mrs. Byers' house that is like a pop culture icon for scary right now. I also think the Mind Flayer looming over the arcade casino, the arcade is also something that was an amazing visual and terrifying monster.
Hmm.
I actually carved that on a pumpkin that year that came
Oh,
out. That
nice.
was one of my pumpkin carvings, and it just has stuck in my head because it's terrifying. The Mind Flayer was terrifying. Like go back to the original question, season two itself, it's okay. It was okay.
It was definitely a drop. Quality is the wrong word. The quality of the filmmaking was really good still. Like the way it actually is
Hmm.
shot and stuff, it was really good. That I liked a lot of the ideas. I liked that it was in around Halloween to make it even like a little bit more like
Hmm.
scary type stuff. I just think that some of the plot points just were seemed like really sandwiched in, like it didn't need to be there. The the whole stuff with pretty much all of Elle's arc this season was
Yeah.
was just annoying. Pretty much all of it. I know that they tried to make her the main character, like, and you said last week, Steph, that it Will is actually the main character of the show
Hmm.
in this season, that was the most apparent for me that Will was supposed to be the mo main character in here because Elle's stuff didn't fit. It just didn't fit into the season. Something that
Hmm.
could have been a multi-year arc for her was shoved in like 3 episodes, and it just didn't work for me. Having said that,
Yeah.
I mean, I still enjoyed it. I still carried on to season three after this. It's just there were just a lot of bits of it which annoyed me.
I agree with the
And
way that
yeah.
you said, sorry, Seth, with the way you said that, like her arc could have definitely been seasons long or at least a season long. I enjoyed the very beginning when they proved that she was alive and Hopper was taking care of her, you know. I also understood her little fit um as a young female. I can understand that as well, you know. And but yeah, the whole like let's ditch and go freaking Chicago and get a makeover. And I don't know, it was just unnecessary because what has that done for us knowing what we know now?
Not all.
It didn't do anything.
We should probably go into those talking points because that's going to be one of major ones, Elle's storyline here. So let's go a little bit deeper and go into the I'm going to say spoiler section, but we've been spoiling everything up into this section. This is spoiler stuff. Yeah, here we go. Elle. Okay, she's back. She's back
Hmm.
from the upside down after getting out. She's Daddy Hopper is taking care of her. You know, he could be doing a better job, but he could be doing a worse job. He's doing the best he can, but he's also almost treating her like a prisoner, and she's just got out of prison. So it's probably not a great idea to keep her up in lock and key.
Good point. I don't know if I correlated that now. I'm sure I did that back then, but yeah, I mean, she went from one prison to another and one Papa to another, and now we all know that Hopper's not Papa, but she doesn't.
Yeah, I
I
feel like her being in that prison unbeknownst to her of like why she's in that prison and why he's so afraid for her to kind of leave or go
mhm,
out into the
Well,
world.
there's just too much baggage in that cabin.
yeah,
There's just too much because we learn. I think it's this season we learn Hopper's history, right?
Mhm.
I think so.
With
Yeah,
his daughter who
Yeah,
passed away
Sarah.
from cancer. Yeah,
Mm.
and so there's too much baggage. It's too toxic at the state that both of them are in their life of meeting each other.
there's that, and then Elle goes to find her mum, who's catatonic, and she does the her dream walking thing that like she keeps doing, you know, in a sensory deprivation type of way where she dream walks and tries to figure out what went wrong with her mum. And you know, that could have been a little bit of an arc on itself, trying to find out who her actual mum was. But we didn't. We got it in a couple of episodes. I think it was Terry Ives, is it?
Yeah, Terry. Sorry, just one correction. In season one, I guess it was that we see Hopper's daughter Sarah briefly because they allude to the lab. Yeah,
Okay,
no
so it was
worries.
season one that we learned of Hopper's daughter.
Yeah.
Because she didn't appear in season two or season three, but she did, I guess, appear in four.
So yeah, Terry Ives. This way it just breaks down for me a little bit because that it says that Terry Ives saw 11 in Hawkins' lab because
Mhm.
she was playing with number eight, Callie, I think her
Callie.
name is, yeah.
Hmm.
And then she speed
Callie, yeah.
runs over to Chicago, meets with Callie, gets a makeover, almost kills a guy, and then comes back. Or does kill a guy? What happened to Taylor Vince, that guy, the nurse guy? I don't remember.
You know?
Yeah, the one in the living room, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, he dies.
Yeah, he
Oh,
dies.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong.
so the killer guy
Uh,
then.
yeah, that whole subplot for Elle, like it wasn't interesting. I guess in a way, she discovers herself throughout a season, but it was just those 2, 3 episodes where, yeah, she gets the makeover. And part of me at the time was like, oh, this is interesting. I don't think I was at the same level that like the Duffer Brothers were, that I was like, oh my gosh, we need a spin-off. We
Hmm.
need to follow this girl. I think her story was interesting. Like, I don't hate it, but I also don't feel like we really needed it, knowing what we do know now. Like, we could show it, I guess, in segments,
Hmm.
and but she doesn't need to spend a whole episode with Callie,
Exactly. Yeah.
bonding over their trauma with Papa. And meanwhile, they're like, "Ooh, let's rob some places. Let's get up to some bad behavior." And oh, here's a really cool look because this overalls and baggy
Hmm.
hair. It's not doing it. So uh, I will say though, her return to the buyer's house was epic. That's like the
Very
only
epic.
thing that I like from that period was her coming back. And Callie had some cool powers, but
Yeah.
you know.
Is that the last time we've seen Kelly?
Yes.
I
I
mean,
don't think they'd bring her
technically,
back.
that actress, yes, but eight, no, because we had the flashbacks in like season 4 or whatever. But
Yeah.
But like, she's still out there.
Hmm.
yeah,
And as far as we know, that's the only numbered person out there. But it sort of made us believe that there could be other ones out there that have
right.
escaped before.
Or didn't get killed by Elle or Vecna.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
yeah,
one.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a chance they're going to need backup in a psychic way, right? So why can't Callie come? Apart from it being the worst like arc in the show, bar none, in all the four seasons, there really shouldn't be a reason why she can't come back, or there definitely shouldn't be a reason that why Elle doesn't try and make her come to Hawkins to help because she gonna need help. She's gonna need
Hmm.
Right.
help.
Numbers, assemble.
Where's number 26?
Right. I mean, say
Yeah, no,
something.
you raise a good point though. And I feel like there is an importance to Will, and Will's another number. I don't know what number they left off at, but he would be essentially
The next
He
one.
that
would be.
number
That's a good point. Yeah.
if she needed help, which
Yeah.
obviously it's just a little child. I don't know how old she's going to be in season 5, but still, she's a child.
I mean, I don't know how much like canon time has passed.
Hmm.
Obviously, it's been like 10 years. Like it's been
A
a
long
decade.
time.
These are full last 20-year-olds right now. But
Yeah,
like
she's married, she's got a kid, she's gone through everything.
exactly. But like in canon Stranger Things time, are we like 4 years from the first one?
2 months, like.
We are so in season 2, we are 1 year.
We are one
Um,
year away. Like yeah, because it was Christmas and
Hmm.
then it was like 10 months,
yeah.
wasn't it? Like the Halloween.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, and I think between 2 and 3,
I think it
I
was
don't
just
remember.
because that one was like summertime. So it was like summertime in Hawkins and
Yeah, so
they're
maybe
not
that
in
was like eight
school.
months ish.
Hmm.
And then I think there was a year of them living elsewhere, wasn't it?
Hmm.
So
After
it
season 3.
so this
Yeah.
says that the timeline begins in November of 1983,
Hmm.
followed by season 2 in late 1984,
Hmm.
Season 3 is during the summer of 85, and season 4 takes place in March of 86, 6 months after the Battle of Starcourt Mall.
Jesus.
Okay,
So
so it's just
And then,
basically every year.
yeah, so it's
yeah,
five
and then it
years
says season
basically.
5 is set in the fall of 1987.
So these are supposed to be, let's say, 16-year-olds at a guess.
Because they're in 8th grade in season 2.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. How is it a year between 4 and 5? Elle had a buzz cut and now she's got long hair again.
Does she? Is it another wig?
I have no idea. And if it's a year between 4 and 5, holy
It's
fucking
not, it's
shit,
only
right?
6 months.
It should be overrun by like
That's a long time to live there.
the Earth should be dead. Like,
Yeah, that's a long time.
but
Oh my
anyway,
God.
Fall of 87.
Back to
Okay.
season
back
2.
to season 2.
I think leading into season 3, because we're discussing season 2 and what we need to know going into season 5, a lot of that is also Max and Billy, the introduction of Max
Hmm.
and Billy in season 2,
Hmm.
who I hated. Clearly, you're supposed to hate Billy, the brother.
Oh.
So I couldn't stand Max's little ass. I don't know why, but she annoyed the piss out of me
I
when she
loved
first came into
Max.
season. No,
Oh.
hell no, she was annoying.
No.
I loved her because she was like the perfect thing. Like she wasn't a like Elle in season 1 with the boys, where Elle was just kind of like this pliable thing
Yeah,
to the not even a really a human. Mike, a little bit more, but not in the way Elle needed. Like
Hmm.
so I think Max was like the perfect introduction because she's a girl who has a bit of edge. She's also a nerd, so she can get along with the boys.
She was a really good addition to the party because, like, she don't take no shit from nobody. Like, if there was
No.
one thing you could accuse Stranger Things of in the first season is that the girls were a little bit wet. Like Nancy as well,
Hmm.
and Elle, yeah, she had cool powers and stuff, but she was pliable.
Hmm.
hmm
She was a blank slate. Max was someone who was gonna call everybody out on their shit.
And even if she
yeah,
hadn't been through the upside down shit, she's been through some stuff of her own. So
yes.
she's seen some things, she's hardened, and I think that also kind of adds a nice edge to the softness, quote unquote, of Hawkins.
And it's the beginning of Max and Lucas, and who doesn't like that ship, you
Yes.
know?
Yes, finally Lucas gets more like of a life slowly throughout the seasons, He
He
doesn't
does,
just have
yeah.
this invisible home that he's in, like he's got more of a life. Yeah, I'm one of the few I liked Billy, not in the sense of like he was a good character, because obviously he was not a kind man,
Yeah.
but he had the same kind of thing with Max. Like, he had a very hardened backstory. So he also added a nice edge and contrast to the softer Steve Harrington that we started to
hmm
see in season
His
2.
arc was neat. I liked Billy's arc between
Yes.
the
Hmm.
2 seasons he was
Mm.
in.
It was sort of to replace Steve Harrington,
Yeah.
that they needed to introduce a new human antagonist because Steve starting to be a good boy. Starting to be a
Hmm.
good boy, good babysitter for Dustin, good bro for Dustin in the end,
Hmm.
really.
Hmm.
Becoming part of the team, the party almost. It's this season which is the turn. The next season, just full on nerd. But like this season is the turn for him, isn't it? He starts to
Hmm.
redeem what he did in the first season, and like
Totally.
you, this is the start of the upward trend for Steve,
Hmm.
definitely. When he comes out with the bat with all the nails on, just to swipe out all the demagogues.
Yes. Yes.
Great.
And I guess going back to like Steve and Nancy in this season was interesting because they were still together, but then it also introduced the Jonathan and Nancy that we know now and the Barb of it all. Like, Barb is still, even though she's not
Mm,
alive, you don't see her really. They're also dealing with that and unfolding that mystery, which I think how it went down in season 1 was very weird. So coming into season 2, too, like Nancy just flat out lied to Barb's parents. Like, and then she's keeping up this lie.
You're a phony! Hey, this guy's a great big phony!
So it's just interesting to see like these character choices. And Nancy is kind of at that point where it's like, I'm starting to like Steve more, but Nancy's just kind of like the choices she's making aren't always
Mhm.
Jonathan.
good choices. Well, Jonathan's okay, but you know,
The choices
I
that
don't think she
Nancy's
ever
making is leading to Jonathan, though.
is leading to Jonathan. But the whole Barb
Mhm.
thing, you know.
Well, I don't think we can talk about the Nancy Jonathan arc without introducing one of my fan favorite characters in the whole show. Can we talk about Murray for a second? I
I
fucking
fucking
love
love
Murray.
Murray.
He's
Murray
the
is
best.
one of those people, like I was like, ah, another plot device. And I'm like, no, another lovable plot device. And he's the happy character that keeps on coming back.
Mm.
That we
I
just
don't
can't
know
get
how
enough of
much
him.
he's happy anymore. Like all of him
No,
is
Murray
he's
is
just
not
so
happy.
stressed. He's just
Happy
so
for
Murray is
stressed.
me.
the
Happy for
he's the
me.
Swedish Army knife of Stranger Things. He just
Hmm.
comes in when it's needed and does what he needs to do, and then he leaves. Swiss Army knife of the
Yes.
show.
Yeah,
Yeah, his introduction.
was great. Like he's looking for a Russian spy who's Elle in the woods, little Russian girl, you know. I love the way that he stays around in this season and then into
hmm
next season and then is just part of the furniture after that.
He's
Like
just
At that
there.
point.
Yeah.
yeah, he's just a really good character to to talk to and have conversations with because it's always funny, but he's still talking serious matters. But in the way that he talks is just hilarious.
Brilliant.
Well, and what's
Like,
funny is
yeah.
I'm sitting here thinking about season two and his participation, and I'm like, well, it's easy to just say he was introduced to be ready for season three because he's so
Hmm.
integral in season three. But I don't
hmm
think that's the case because I mean, he is obviously that's technically what happened, but that's not how I took his character. He was such a fun character to just be part of. And he, like you guys said, he's just part of the furniture that he isn't just a plot device, like you
Hmm.
mentioned at the beginning. And I think that's great. And it's huge to the writing for his character, and it's also for the acting.
Right, and Byers, Will Byers, and the Mind Flayer. Boy, oh boy.
You know, I do like the kind of mist, like
Yeah.
horror aspect. It's still kind of like an unseen monster. It's kind of, it's to me like way more terrifying than the Demogorgon. Like,
Hmm.
you know,
The size
It's huge.
specifically huge.
Yeah.
and to not know what it really looks like, you
Yeah.
know,
hmm
like it's just this figure. It's hiding behind the mist. It's hiding behind the gel of the upside down in between the
Hmm.
hmm
realities. Like it's so terrifying. And then for poor Will, like, yeah, season one, it was bad for him. Fucking season two, man, that poor kid. Like, I don't know how he survived season two.
No.
Like,
It's
there's
not
no
getting better.
way. There's no way. It's bad enough to have some gross thing come out of your body that you have no idea what it is, and then you're ashamed of it, embarrassed of
Hmm.
it, and then on top of that, like now you've got this thing whispering in your head, like, ugh,
Yeah, you
poor
tell your
Will.
friend and he's more interested in this girl that he
This
likes.
girl.
It's and he's like,
Um,
"Oh, well, I've got special powers too. I can
hmm
maybe see the upside down and maybe get possessed even more. Hooray.
Yeah. I could do cooler things.
well, and speaking of the getting throwing up the slug,
Hmm.
Dart even being a character in season two annoyed the crap out. I
Oh,
wish they would have just let that thing go so much.
Well, he was playing with fire, with Mr. Dustin.
Yeah.
Definitely. He
hmm
didn't think it was part of the upside down though. He just thought it was a weird lizard thing. Like that's all it was.
no. Between his new teeth, his
Yeah.
shiny new smile, and this cute little lizard thing that he found,
He was
he's,
having
you
living his
know,
best life, you know,
he
at that
was,
time.
Look at us. Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
you know,
Mm.
boys. Boys will be
Boys will be
in the
I
boys.
mean,
boys will
Yeah.
be boys. No,
yes,
I don't know. Dustin will be Dustin.
Hmm.
that part, that part. And
Yeah,
and we
Dart.
had Sean Astin in this season.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Bumblebee
love Winona
superhero.
Ryder and Sean Astin's, like intro essentially. Like, do you have I was watching recaps yesterday, okay? Do you have one of these in a different color that's a pumpkin jack-o'-lantern? And she's like,
Hmm.
let me go check the back, and the next shot is them making out in the back. It's
hmm
so great.
hmm hmm I gotta say, going into season two, I was like, yeah, it's Jopper time. And then they introduced Bob, and I'm like, I love Sean Astin, but I'm like, who is this Bob? I felt
Hmm.
Right.
like a kid and like, this is your new step parent, and you're like, who are
Yes.
you? Why are you here? Oh, you're so weird.
Who the
Like,
fuck are you, Bob? You
who are
ain't my
you?
Right.
dad. You ain't my
Who are you?
Joyce's
Exactly. You're
BFF.
not Hopper. Who are you? And then by the end of it, I'm like, no. Like, we need
He
Bob.
was just a
Like,
nice guy.
he
That's
was
all he
just a
was.
nice guy. So, yeah, he was a nice surprise. I don't know if he's needed for season five, but he's definitely needed in our hearts to get us
No.
through.
Unless Vecna gets at Joyce, I think that'd be one of the things that she might feel
Bob just
guilty
comes out
for.
from the dead. He's
It's
like,
like,
nah.
hey, Joyce, in his vampire Dracula outfit as well.
Wow.
Yes. Oh,
I
man.
do appreciate the plot device that was though for Joyce, because now Joyce has been traumatized for a couple seasons now.
But we're getting closer to Jopper.
We are so
We
much
are.
closer.
Going back to the Mind Flayer, because Mind
Mhm.
Flayer is different to Vecna. We're going to see the Mind Flayer in season five, right? We've got to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, the Mind Flayer technically existed before Vecna became Vecna.
Hmm.
So technically, Vecna's just like this pawn showing up. Like, he's like,
Mhm.
ah, hello, I can use you to my will. I can use you to my will. Like, and I think the looming omen for like Billy too, with the Mind Flayer,
Hmm.
is also like, that's heartbreaking. Like, even though you hate the character or you're supposed to
Mhm.
hate the character, like, just the idea that you now are this pawn, like what Will was. That whole thing, I was like, yay, season three.
Season three ends with Elle.
Season two.
Well, not I guess not ends. Like the boss fight at the end is with the portal. It's not really a boss
hmm
fight. There's just a
Oh, it's
massive
her closing the
fucking
gate.
yeah. It's just a
Yeah.
massive fucking portal underneath Hawkins' lab, which Hawkins' lab and Paul Reiser, Mr. Dr. Owens, has been keeping a secret for so long, and it's poisoning the pumpkin patches and under the ground and vines and
hmm
shit like
Creating
that.
all the vines.
It's a massive fucking portal. Uh, At some point, someone would have figured it out, I'm sure. Like,
hmm
Hmm.
and Elle, all she has to do is, yeah, just,
Close it.
yeah, just stand in front of it with her two hands and go, bye, done.
Hello, Sesame.
Close it up.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you've got like demodogs galore like underneath you, and
Yeah,
yeah.
but
You
nothing
know,
really that
Levitating.
you're
bothering,
just in
is
like a
there?
little
Yeah.
hanging
Correct.
casket with Hopper with
Mm,
like a gun that's
Mm,
correct.
clearly gonna do so
fuck
much
all.
damage.
Yeah.
No offense, Hopper. The heart was in it.
Her final battle is probably anticlimactic.
hmm
But it showed her that she was powerful, very powerful, and she only gets more powerful from here, but like it shows the power. But the rest of it was just like, did anything that happened with Will Byers, in like the sauna and Nancy like poking him with a fat pokey stick,
hmm
um, did that actually matter? Or would it that have actually would it be fine if she had just closed the portal and that been it?
No, they needed to get the mind player out of Will. That's what you're asking about, right?
Yes, yeah.
hmm
Yeah, no, they needed to get it out of him because he was possessed. I mean, yeah, I think it was important to get him out of there, but I guess to answer your question, does it actually matter? Not really, because it didn't actually solve anything.
No, because it just went from one host to the next,
Yeah, exactly.
like a classic parasite. Like it just hopped into Billy,
Yeah.
unbeknownst to him.
So no, I
So
don't
it was
really
kind
think
of
it
like for them,
did.
it was like, yeah, we've saved the day, you know?
Mm.
Like I think to them, what you're saying, Ian, is like to them it was enough, maybe.
Well, it got Will
So I
back, I
feel like
guess.
we needed it, to see that with Will, because if she just closed it, then yeah, I'd be like, well, what about this over here?
Mm.
Like he's still got mist in him, the
But
essence of
but he's still not right. Will's still not right
no,
now. Should
no, he
he?
hasn't been right the whole series.
So like what? Maybe there's still remnants of it in him somewhere. Maybe the very fact that it was in him changed some of his DNA somehow. Maybe I
hmm
don't know. he's the Mind Flayer now, and he's just been under a little like invisibility cloak for the whole time.
Well, yeah, because if you think about how they found him in season one, at the end of season one, you guys were right last week about Hopper and Joyce finding him, and he was intubated with something from the upside down, and like he was just like really
Hmm.
there was stuff going on that he has to have some leak somewhere,
Mhm.
but forever. I'm not sure if they're ever going to get rid of it.
No, because even now he's still always like anything happens related to Vecna or the Mind Flayer, he touches the back of his neck. Like that's always just kind of
Yeah.
like the given for him is that he can feel something. So there's something cerebral, I think,
Hmm.
about him in his DNA that has just always been in tune with it. So I think it's just who he is.
Like Harry
Um,
Potter and his scar.
Kind of, yeah. And I think too, there's maybe something just locked in his mind that he's just unaware of
Yeah.
it being connected to the Mind Flayer still, or to Vecna or the Eldritch powers in general.
Something that we've not seen yet from the Upside Down.
No.
What if there's a bigger Jaws? Like
Oh, I think there is. There is.
so Vecna, small Jaws, but still has control of Mind Flayer, sort of. Mind Flayer, bigger Jaws, dumber Jaws. Then what if bigger Jaws?
What the hell are you talking about?
I mean, maybe that's just me being
Will.
hopeful, but then that's just
Mhm.
like too much. I feel like at this point, like going into season five, it's like, what's next?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
you've got hordes of Demogorgons, you've got possibly a zombie army, like there's so many different things.
Zombie dogs with human faces.
Yes.
Yeah.
The little chihuahuas back
That
again.
is something that could be a possible because, Vecna does have a soldier of some sort that is like a leader of zombies. So that's why I always thought Eddie could stick around.
I
I
will
do
accept a
think
formal apology from Iain when there are zombie dogs with human faces on them.
human
You know
faces.
what? I will give
Listen, the
you a
Duffer
formal
Brothers are listening to
apology.
this right now and they're changing it as we
Yeah.
speak.
I will give you a formal apology if there is the demo dog with Eddie's face on it. I will give you a
Oh,
formal apology.
I love it. Let's
Watch it
go,
be
Netflix.
Grace's face.
Yeah, if it's Barb's face, I don't get an
Yeah.
That's
apology.
No.
Barb.
No.
Nancy.
Yeah. Anyone else but Eddie, then you don't get a formal apology. Eddie, you will
Fine.
get a formal apology.
I'll compromise.
Hmm.
Okay.
I think there is one good thing that we do have to leave with, though, for the
Okay.
Mind Flayer,
Hmm.
because the way the season ended with them at the dance, and then it's like tilting, like
Yeah.
that was like the epic mic drop of, oh yeah, season three could be here tomorrow, and I'd be okay with it. Like,
Hmm.
and just to see the Mind Flayer looming above, that was like, oh, I get chills now still. Like.
But you're mentioning it, and it did the same thing that season one did for me. How much I hated that end of that because they gave us all warm and fuzzy feelings. Everybody's dancing, everybody's having a good time, and then it's like, and then you're like, oh,
Yeah.
And you've got Sting singing every breath you take.
Hmm. I mean, they do a cliffhanger pretty well. In the
They
first two
do.
very.
seasons, anyway, they do
Hmm.
a
They do.
cliffhanger pretty well. I hope we don't get one in season five.
It would really suck.
That would really suck.
That would really suck.
I would be
I mean, we'll
very
probably
upset.
get it for like the parts of release, but just as long
Yeah.
as it's not in the final
Hmm.
final.
Hmm.
Correct.
Duffer
I
Brothers, if you hear us now.
Duffer Brothers, I swear to God, if you say it was all a dream, I will find you and hurt you.
That's what you get! That's what you get!
That would be awful. It was all a dream. It didn't happen. Not yet.
Beside myself. Anyway, I think that's the end of the big talking points for season two. Let's go on to our season rankings.
I understand this time.
Yeah, cool. So this one's number two. The first
Mhm.
one, number one.
I,
Yeah,
yeah, I get
okay.
it.
Yeah,
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 got it.
yeah. Michelle, what would you give this season two out of 10?
Ooh, this one was my least favorite, probably. I would say, but I'm still gonna say like a seven
Hmm.
because I mean it's still Stranger Things, still the same environment that they created for season one, still good writing, like off missteps every now and then. Um, but yeah, it didn't have the weight of season one. So I'll say 7, I think, out of 10.
I feel like for me, like ironically, because I don't like her number, but 8.
Hmm.
Um, you know, I feel like 8 is a good out of 10 because it was good. Yeah, definitely I agree. It wasn't as good as season 1. There were some parts to it, but it also gave us answers that we needed, the Hawkins lab and Demogorgon, like, it's not just one, there's multiple. So I think it really escalated things as like a viewer and fan for me. Like it made it to, it was like, oh, this world definitely is much bigger than
Hmm.
what we thought it was. And so that was exciting. So I feel like 8.
I would go for, I think I'm with you today, Michelle. I'm like a 7 as well. There are some really cool moments in this show.
Hmm.
There's the Mind Flayer is like the lost smoke monster of the 80s, and it's fucking great. It's
Hmm.
massive and imposing. However, there are story beats in here that do not fit into this season. They do not fit in it. They're just
Hmm.
shoehorned in, and we've not talked about it since, basically. Not talked about
Yeah.
Elle's mum, not talked about Chicago. Does anybody even know what happened in Chicago apart from Elle? Probably not. She probably not even talked about it because she don't talk about a lot of stuff. So, what was the point? What was the point? I enjoyed it. I still enjoyed it. I didn't nope out after this season. It would have been easy to nope out. If that was the first
Yeah.
season, then I might have noped
Hmm.
out, but not
Good
after
point.
that first season.
Hmm.
So, yeah, about a 7. About a 7. Okay, cool. Thanks very much, everybody. If you liked this, then like, subscribe, leave us a comment. Just do that. Do what Steph just did. Type, type, type. Maybe on a computer or on a
Ian
phone.
is
Hmm.
wrong.
Ian is wrong. Yep, that's fine. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm always wrong. You know, it doesn't hurt my feelings, doesn't hurt my self-esteem. It's just we keep on going, keep swimming down the road. It's not even a saying because you can't swim down a road. You have to swim in water.
I'm just enjoying watching you dig this hole.
Consider becoming a member of Cow Soup because you support independent creators like us. We do
Hmm.
reviews, we do Watching Now's podcast, we do other podcasts as well. We do everything that your little nerdy hearts desire. Maybe.
True.
And actually, don't hold us to that. That could get weird. But we do write articles and stuff, so that's good. Okay, everybody. That's us for another week. We'll be back again next week for a season 3 recap of Stranger Things. We're getting real close to season 5, guys. It's coming around the
Woo!
corner.
I'm ready for summertime.
Can't wait.
Cool. Thanks very much, everybody. Bye.
Bye. What, we should just have us like flip upside down.
Well, you should, as we're ever leaving, you should
Oh
be
man,
turning
I'm
them.
not doing that.
I know. I'll do it in my head. That's
Okay.
that's what I did the last time. Oh, my back.